No half stepping. Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers. Get 'em. Mr. Kyrie Irving back in town visiting homeland where he won championships. Now he's in the Greenland trying to start his own little championship run. Great game from Kyrie tonight. Great game, okay? Nothing more can be said. First game, let's see if he holds up. It's all about injuries with Kyrie. He thinks he's Kobe. Guess what, folks? Possibly could be a poor man's Kobe in what he will do for the team. Sad night because I don't know if they're going to show it here. Something really devastating happened that all of us probably know that are basketball fans to Mr. Gordon Hayward. All shout outs to his family, and I hope he gets better. Gordon, horrific leg injury. Broke his ankle. Reminiscent of the break that we saw from Paul George, but it was at the ankle level. So very interesting what happened, but here it goes right here. Actually, they're not gonna. Oh Lord, Jaylen Brown. So if they're not gonna show, I'm gonna continue on. Here it goes. Oh God, that Jesus Christ. Forget about it. Anyhow, that was the break. But the story of the night was Jaylen Brown. Even though they lose Hayward, I do think, and I made this analysis previously, Hayward's an all-star, but they got two players behind him that I think will have a bigger impact than he will in the future, which made me question this move over to the Boston Celtics. It is now go time for those two guys. Mr. Tatum and Mr. Brown, I had as poor men. Poor man's Jaylen Brown's a poor man's. I would consider it Tracy McGrady, and Tatum is a poor man's Paul Pierce. And those two are now going to have to step up, and I think they can, to make some moves to make this team still have the goals, the lofty goals they said of winning the Eastern Conference Championship. I still think they have the pieces. People are writing them off. I say be careful. A pickup for them right now with Gordon Hayward's injury. I really like for them to go ahead and grab Derek Williams or Gerald Green, who just got waived. Gerald Green can come in immediately and provide the scoring punch that Gordon Hayward is going to leave with the horrific injury. And again, I don't know what his return time will be. They said no tendons were torn, so they're saying 5 to 6 months. Even so, I don't think they're going to need him as much as people think. In the first 20 games, it's going to be painful because of the learning curve for Tatum. But after that, no offense, I think the road was going to head where it was going to head anyway, and Tatum was going to be the starter eventually, maybe 2 years down the road. But now he has the opportunity to show what he can do now, barring no injury from his end. Story of the night for me. LeBron James looks like he's injured a bit, but his knowledge of the game, it looks like he could play with 1 foot. It looks like he could play with 1 foot. And I think that's what he did tonight. He was on probably 70% healthy, but came in and did what he needed to do. The first half was dominated by Cleveland. J.R. Smith, he talked, a lot of people keep harping on what J.R. Smith's saying. He's just being an honest person. He's not even saying any ill words towards his teammates. Yet you hear all these media guys saying, "Oh, he wants to be traded," or he hates losing his starting role. Who wouldn't hate losing their starting role? The next question is, he's an NBA player. As a coach, you expect them to say that. You know what? I'm okay going to the bench. You want a player to say that because that's going to make him work hard to try to be a starter. That said, he's not angry to the point where he's saying he wants to leave the team. He's saying, now is my new opportunity to show why I should be a starter, or where I can play like a starter off of the bench and be a 6-man to win a championship for this team. And that's what they were missing last year, JR. So with that said, that's what they needed you to be. They needed you off that bench because they need a scoring punch. I think JR provides it. They're scary with their second lineup. This game was gone in the beginning. Again, as usual, Cleveland does the same thing they've always done. They allow teams to come back. I don't know what it is. They need to figure out what they're doing here. They really do. Derrick Rose, highly efficient game from him. I liked what I saw from him. Dwayne Wade, pretty good. Kevin Love, again, becoming a knockdown shooter. Let's get to the stats. I really like what Kevin Love did last night. People don't look at it as much, but very efficient. I think he was the X factor. 44% from the field. Again, 1 3-pointer made, but I like the free throw percentage. Who mentions that? I just mentioned in the last video. 11 rebounds as well. Great game for Love. For me, he was the unknown X factor. On the Celtics side, Kyrie 8 for 17, so he's not shooting up 25 shots like he thought he would. He doesn't need to. A highly efficient 3-point game, 10 assists. 10 assists, playmaking. The things they said he couldn't do, he's doing. Not a bad game from Kyrie. James, again, a monster. 29, 16, 9 assists. High on the turnovers, though. But great game from James. Efficient, 63% from the field. Here goes the X factor. That 3-point percentage, hey, LBJ, be careful, baby. You need that with age, right? You're supposed to get that higher. But again, game one game. That'd be stupid of me to start talking about that now, especially as a rec league player. Make fun of me. Derrick Rose again. I like the game. 14 points. Assist ratio was low, but LBJ had the game played 35 minutes. I thought he was efficient, did enough. He'll get better as he gets the system down. JR went for 10, 4 for 7 from the field. Jay Crowder wasn't as efficient as he needed to be. That's why I skipped over him. He was the one that I think possibly was strong on the defensive side, but needed to do more. Marcus Smart, horrible game for him. Not a good game for Marcus Smart. That could have been a game changer. But back to Jaylen Brown, 47%. Needs to work on his 3-point percentage. I liked his all-around game. And folks, even though they think Kyrie is going to be the leader of this team, I'm telling you, you're looking at a T-Mac light here in Jaylen Brown. As far as scoring efficiency and all-around game purpose, Jaylen Brown is a scary player who's now getting the opportunity. Just as well as Jason Tatum, who scored 14 last night in his first NBA game. 41% from the field, 50% from the 3-point percentage. I like this team, and I like those two better than, no offense to Gordon Hayward, and I hope he gets better than Gordon Hayward. I think they're better prospects, and I think they don't lose much once he gets up and rolling, Mr. Jason Tatum. Nothing else to be said. Rozier, I wanted to mention that as well. The little X factors. Wade didn't play too many minutes, 8 points, but let's go back to Rozier. Terry Rozier is a great backup point guard. People don't realize that, and a possible start on other teams. That's why I wasn't too hurt by the trade of Isaiah Thomas. People said, wow, they lose that. But Rozier was coming up, and no offense, if Irving wasn't there, definitely would be in a starting position. He was a great prospect coming out of Louisville, and I think he still is. And potentially, I'd hate to say in the future, you may have to see a double guard lineup with Rozier. I like his ability. I know it's not going to handle him with Tatum and Brown there, but great backup point guard and possible starter. Marcus Smart is going to fill that X factor role where Avery Bradley was. He's going to have to improve in a lot of areas. He's a great defender, but he's going to have to improve in all the rest of the areas. And he's the X factor of this team. If they can get Marcus Smart up to 15 points a game, whether it comes off the bench or he's starting, that's where they want to be. So again, all around, pretty good game from the teams. Denote some players that didn't play at all. I'm trying to find it. I think we've covered them all. This is really a great season that we're gonna have here. Jaylen Brown, incredible first coming. Dunks. Derrick Rose, proved he's in the system. He's learning. That was a quick move by him to get by. His 3-point shot is not what Kyrie Irving's shot is, so that's where you're going to find a deficiency. I think they'll get that with Jose Calderon once they bring him up to speed, and then Isaiah Thomas. But other than that, great first season. Sorry for Gordon. Hope you get back, buddy. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Celtics and the talent that they have. I would make a move if I'm the Celtics to try and go get a big man, and Anthony Davis would be my target. That's who they need. That's who they should go after. That's the next piece. If they can get Davis and keep their young core of Tatum and Brown, along with Kyrie, Cleveland, you're in big trouble. And that's from me. I'm telling you right now, they're in big trouble. So, shout outs from off work. Great night last night. First game openers. Looks like a great season. It's going to be a lot of fun. Peace.